We return to Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Welcome back to Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. We are on the road hanging out in Sacramento at the headquarters of Raptor Blaster, and they have a lot of cool corporate partners. You guys at SCHMIDT Products, Bill, are chief among them. And tell me what SCHMIDT does that complements everything here at Raptor Blaster.
SCHMIDT is an old product, been manufactured for about the past 50 years. I've actually been with them for the past 32. Our primary line of equipment is abrasive blasting equipment for the industrial sector, from offshore rigs to shipyards to railcar facilities. Our products vary from dry blasting technology, which everybody in the world has heard the term sandblasting. We have taken it a little bit further in that our technology allows operators to use multitudes of different abrasives, multitudes of different pressures, to give them the ability to blast on just about any surface that they want. We, as a group, specialize in the technology for the blasting. We don't get into the safety gear. We don't get into the blast rooms and cabinets like Raptor Blaster does. So it's imperative for us to partner with trusted people like Raptor Blaster to get our technology into these industrial sectors where our current technology really isn't that well known.
And let's talk about that technology. Wet blasting is really the thing that sets you apart from some of the others out there, and it's a big step. How is it different from dry blasting, and when would you want to wet blast?
Wet abrasive blasting is the term I'm going to use. It is the same process as dry blasting in my level of technology. In the cabinet line, it's a different process. It's a different finishing process. But in our technology, it's all about propelling a particle to change a surface. Be it an automotive part, be it a fender, you're trying to take the corrosion and the paint off of it, and you actually want to gently etch that surface to give it an anchor profile for the coatings to stick to. That's the same thing as dry blasting. But in today's world, dust, nuisance dust, has really become an issue. So there's multitudes of different products out there that allow you to mix the abrasive with water. So as that particle hits the surface and shatters, the water encapsulates 95% of the dust, so it falls to the ground instead of going airborne. What we did when we got into the wet abrasive blasting is that we took the standard SCHMIDT tried and true control packages for our dry blast, and we designed and implemented a system to allow an operator to have finite control of how much water he puts into his airstream upstream of the blast hose. So as we wet that abrasive, the mixing chamber is actually the blast hose. So you get good saturation with very little water coming out of that nozzle. That's one of the things that differentiates our wet abrasive blasting line, the AmphiBlast line, from other products that are available in the market. Other products available in the market go by different technology. They actually mix water and their abrasive in the vessel, so they have a saturated abrasive bed that then they extrude out and bring into an airstream for it to go to the nozzle. That technology works, but the fact of the matter is you can't minimize how much water you get. How much water is in the abrasive is how much you get out at the nozzle. And 9 times out of 10, it's more water than is needed to do your 95% dust suppression. With the AmphiBlast technology, you have finite control of how much water you get out at any specific time. Secondly, one of the advantages in the AmphiBlast, it's also a dry blast pot. If you want to blast wet, you are blasting wet. If you want to blast dry, shut your water off, and then you have a dry blast pot. So this flexibility gives you the ability to choose, due to your location, whether to blast dry or to blast wet, all on the same technology.
But the water flow is not the only adjustment you can make as well. There's a lot of other things you can do with this to make it more adjustable. Show me what you got going on.
Absolutely. First and foremost, with our Terra valve, you have infinite control on how much abrasive you get out. And the leaner you are on abrasive, the more efficient your blast pattern is. You have control of your blast pressure. So if you're doing a light panel, you don't want to hit it at 100 PSI. You might want to hit it at 40 PSI. You might want to blast at 10 PSI. This unit is capable of doing that. This unit has a couple of other features on it. If I want to blast wet, I simply turn my water on and I turn my abrasive on. I'm blasting wet. If I want to blast dry, I'm blasting dry. Now that my workpiece is blasted, I now have to clean that workpiece off. So by going in to wash down and shutting my abrasive off, now I have air and water only, so I can flush that surface down and get all of the foreign matter off. Once I'm done with that, I simply turn my water back off and I get air only at that nozzle so I can dry that workpiece so you can get your primer coat on it and not worry about flash rusting.
Well, SCHMIDT Products is world renowned for its quality and for its ease of use. You can check them out online. And we'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHO, your protective coatings, on the road at Raptor Blaster right after this. You guys are hooked up with SCHMIDT Products. As we've talked about, how important is it to have such a good partner and somebody whose products you can back up?
SCHMIDT is a leader in the industry. They started in the oil refinery and the shipyard business, and they make great products that really don't need a whole lot of attention, a few maintenance items, and that's it.
Bill, what is it like for you to be affiliated with a company like Raptor Blaster?
Look, we have a really good relationship with Raptor Blaster. They are a very professional group. They support their products. On their manufacturing side, they build a really nice product, so it's a really nice blend between what Raptor does and what we do with the SCHMIDT products, because it's about quality, it's about service to the industry. It's not just putting another product out into the market like many others do. We are passionate about this, about bringing that value to the customer.
How do your products compare to what Raptor Blaster sells, and why is it such a good partnership?
Raptor Blaster manufactures a product that's primarily used in like an industrial sector, a smaller shop. Most of our products are really destined for the industrial sector, you know, from road blasters to ship blasters, et cetera, But what we have done here lately is we have started building products on a smaller scale to kind of give us an edge into a restoration business, a smaller type of a contractor, you know, that market that is really new to us. So for us to be partnered with Raptor Blaster, who is accustomed to that industry, really gives us a nice advantage in coming into a new marketplace with our new products.